Hey there, welcome to the pre recorded version of the Student Success webinar for Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College in partnership with Graduation Alliance. My name is Rosie, and I'm one of the Student Success coordinators you'll be working with starting week 2 of your college classes, and I'm looking forward to it. This webinar will review the important topics we covered in the live webinar, and it's just packed with some really good information, so let's get started. I do need to start off by congratulating each and every one of you. We are so proud of your recent accomplishment of receiving your diploma. We know how hard you worked and it has paid off. So if you have not yet found some time to celebrate that, please do so. This is a big deal and we are very proud of you. Can't wait to see all that you accomplish at NEO, but this is proof you are ready to level up. I want to jump right into the Big Four checklist. So, before classes start on Monday, August 19th for the fall 2024 semester, we want to make sure that all of these items are completed. Now, you should have already completed the 24-25 FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid. If not, you definitely want to do so as soon as possible. Make sure that you add the NEO school code on there so the college receives a copy of it as well. You'll also want to connect with your academic advisor, Jennifer Grigsby, to register for your classes if you have not yet already. This way, we'll have time to discuss your schedule before those classes start. We also want to make sure that you currently have a reliable computer with good internet access, as well as a backup plan just in case. And finally, you will want to check out the new student orientation. It gives you a nice visual of what the student portal is going to look like and answer a lot of questions you may have about getting started and just the whole idea of college. So it's really informative, so definitely check that out. Now, I did want to also discuss textbooks because the first thing to know is they come in many different forms, but about 98% of your classes will require ebooks, which you'll download the first day of classes or access through an app within your class. It's like a third party platform. If you do need actual physical books, you will want to order those before classes start. So I always recommend calling the bookstore every semester before classes start. Take down their information on the screen here. That way, that's the best way to know what you need to do. Also, you can check out the textbook tool on the NEO website to look up which materials you may need. And the class syllabus, which will be available on the first day of classes, will give you information on how to access your ebooks, including any codes you may need to enter or links you may need to click on them to access them. So definitely check out the syllabus the first day of classes. The information will be in there as well. So you will be able to access classes the first day, Monday, August 19th, and no sooner. That's when they'll become available on Canvas for you. Classes are now going to be run in 8 weeks instead of the 3 that you were used to in the high school program, and you will get breaks throughout the academic semesters. You will be getting some breaks in between the semesters, which is really nice. I know there weren't much breaks in the high school side, but in college they are much needed. I definitely wanted to remind you again, I can't stress it enough to check the syllabus for the class. First day of class, it'll tell you all about your instructor and how to contact them, due dates, accessing books, and any other important things, including what you'll be learning in the classes. So definitely check out the syllabus. You'll also want to make it a plan to check out your student email regularly. Especially that is how you will communicate with any college staff or faculty is going to be through your student email. So just get in a good habit of checking that frequently. You may need to complete some discussion boards. So that's where you'll actually get to engage with your fellow students. So just make sure you're posting each week by the deadline and replying to students as well. We recommend chipping away at your weekly work little by little so that way everything gets done in time. Some instructors in college do have strict late work policies where they will not accept late work. Sometimes those due dates will lock up. So, just as a heads up, we want to make sure that you're logging in frequently enough to stay on top of those weekly due dates. You get to pick your schedule, but we do, recommend logging in frequently so that way you're not missing anything. Now, how to even get to your classes, this is a nice visual of where to go on the NEO homepage once you go to neo.edu. Top right, you'll click on Canvas. If you want to access your email, you can access it through there as well. There is also a free app called the Canvas Student. You can download it to your phone. I recommend it. You can check your grades on the go, message your instructor, even respond to a discussion post. So check out that Canvas app so you can stay on top of things. Here's another great visual I wanted to share. So once you log into Canvas, you will see your dashboard. So this is where you'll have all of your current classes listed. It'll show you your grades. Now, it does show on the right side upcoming due dates, but please note it's just an overview. It does not show everything that's due just for the sake of space. So where you want to go to check out what's due and when is the modules section. That will tell you week by week what is due. Here is a nice screen that will show that module section. So some instructors, most of them break it down week by week. Some instructors will add 2 weeks at a time and it'll allow you to work ahead. Some others won't. In college, each instructor can kind of run their class in the way that they choose. So here's where we want to go to the module screen to see how this instructor is going to run their class and what's going to be due and when. If you are not sure, please don't hesitate to reach out to your instructor. They are here to support you as well. Now, just as a heads up, you may be taking some developmental classes. I do want to let you know they have some special, unique requirements in order to pass. So if you see these classes on your upcoming schedule, just make sure you especially read the syllabus so you know what you got to do and what grades you have to have in order to pass. I did list out the requirements on this screen if you wanted to jot them down or take a screenshot. But for these classes, especially, I will be offering extra support throughout the semester. I'll be sending you some helpful emails with tips and tricks on how to pass these unique classes. Now, no fear, help is here. You have a great built in support system, starting with your enrollment counselor, either Diane or Maura, helping you the first week of classes, and I'll be there for you every moment after that. But as I mentioned, you can reach out to your instructors, your advisor, Jennifer, student support services, which include tutoring, as well as fellow classmates. We do have a Facebook group. If you wanted to join us, you go to facebook.com/groups /P, the number 2D NEO. It's a great way to network with some of the students who may be in the same classes as you and went through the same high school program as you as well. So here's another thing I want you to either jot down this information or take a screenshot. This is a super helpful resource guide. It has all the important people's contact information, including myself. So be sure to take it down. But you'll find their financial aid, the bookstore. And remember, instructors, you'll check out the syllabus for their specific information. The tutoring center, especially if you need any help, you can reach out to that office. So definitely take a moment to jot this down. The help desk is also available if you have any tech issues or issues logging into the portal. They are there to help as well. Now, moving on to a hot topic, financial aid. You will want to access your personal financial aid information in the portal by logging in to MyNeo and clicking on self-service and then click on the financial aid section. So this will show you what's charged, when and why. But I do want to take a moment to go over some fees you may notice in the portal. So the first one is a degree completion fee. Remember, you're not being charged for your diploma for high school, right? You got that on scholarship, but now you're earning a degree. So sometimes students get that confused. So, you'll be having financial aid eligibility to look into to see if they can help cover classes, but just wanted to distinguish the difference there between the diploma and the degree. Now, another common fee is something called the degree proctoring, or I'm sorry, a proctoring fee. So not every instructor will use this, but some do. They may require a small fee be paid to take exams. Now, it's anywhere from $5 to $20 usually. If this is the case for you, that information will be in the class syllabus. So be sure to check that out first day of classes. So, in case you do need to pay, you are prepared in advance. Finally, something else you may see is room and board charges or any campus related living fees. Those will be adjusted. If you are not living on campus, you will not be charged for those types of fees. So, no worries there. I did want to take a moment to touch on academic requirements. Of course, it is important we're passing classes, but also financial aid does track your progress. After each semester, you'll be evaluated to make sure that you're meeting these requirements. So always strive for a 2.0 GPA. Your high school GPA will not be transferred over into your college GPA. You will start a new one in college. So make sure you're meeting at least a 2.0 or higher to stay in good standing. The college also offers the Dean's Honor Roll and President's Honor Roll for high achieving students, so you will be recognized. Now, I did want to just include a quick slide about dropping of classes because sometimes you get into a class, you find out an emergency comes up, or things have changed, something happens. So, I just want you to know what you need to do in this situation. So, definitely contact me first if you feel like you cannot finish your classes at any point. There is time to drop classes though. There is a deadline, and it always is the first Friday of the first week. So if classes start on a Monday, the drop date would be Friday that week. So it's the very end of the first week of classes where you can avoid being charged for them. So we want to first think before we drop a class. Is it too late? Do we still have time? Am I going to be charged for this class? So definitely something to consider. Also, we want to think, is it a prerequisite for the next class you might be scheduled to take? Do you need to take this one first before you can take the next one? Another great question is, will this impact financial aid or graduation date? If you drop classes, you may not graduate within that 2-year time frame. Now, also, you want to ask yourself, why do you really want to drop it? Is it a hard assignment or do you just need help with time management? Definitely let me know before you make any decision. I want to talk this through you. I want to make you aware of all of your options. So, absolutely, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I did want to close out this presentation with one of my favorite quotes. It reads, "Success is the result of perfection, hard work, learning from failure, loyalty, and persistence." I think this quote is really important and relatable to students because there are going to be times where you encounter a really tough assignment or a difficult class. But don't let that stop you. Look how far you've already come. People that people are just not born successful. It is something that we have to work towards, right? Now, this iceberg illusion shows you just that. A lot of people look at their friends or family members and play the comparison game. They only see what that person is so good or successful at something, but what they don't see is all of the hard work that that person put into it. You can and you will be successful. We know it. So stick with it. Reach out when you need help. I look forward to working with you in the very near future. And thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you learned a lot.